Welcome back to our Wealthy Mindset, where we talk about all things money, mindset, and business. It's your host, Cindy, and today's episode is going to be a little different. It's going to be softer, deeper, and honestly, something I wish someone had taught me years ago when I was struggling with self-worth and money. We're talking about money mirror work, how to heal your relationship with money by healing the relationship you have with yourself. So if you ever said, I want to make more money, but deep down you don't feel worthy of it, this episode's for you. So let's get real. Your bank account will never outgrow your self-worth. I know that's a bold statement, but it's true. If you secretly feel guilty about having money, if you believe you'll be judged for raising your prices, if you avoid looking at your bank account because it gives you anxiety, that's not just a money issue, it's a self-worth issue. And I say this with love because I've been there. Growing up, my money story was all over the place. I saw what it looked like to have abundance. My dad had a money cupboard we could take from whenever we needed something, but I also saw what it was like to lose it all. During the 2008 recession, everything had changed for me. We had to downsize our home, and I remember being in high school during prom season and feeling guilty for spending money on a dress or even doing things during grad. That experience stuck with me for years. So when I got my first 9 to 5 job, I lived paycheck to paycheck, not just because I had to, because deep down, I didn't feel safe holding money. I'd spend it quickly on food, gas, clothes, nights out, drinks, because that felt normal. It wasn't until I started doing the inner work a year ago that things began to change. I realized that no matter how many strategies I had, matter how much I earned, nothing would stick if my mindset was just stuck. And that's when I discovered mirror work. Originally from Louise Hay's teaching, she has a book called Mirror Work. It's about healing your self-talk and showing yourself self-compassion. And when I started applying it to the money, it was a game changer because money is just energy. And the energy we hold about ourselves, that's what money responds to. So here's how you do it. Stand in front of a mirror, ideally in the morning or even evening. Just make it intentional. Could be something you do right before you brush your teeth. Look into your own eyes. That part is powerful. It might feel uncomfortable at first, and that's okay. Stay with it. Speak love and believe in yourself. Try affirmations like, I'm worthy of holding and receiving money. It's safe for me to have money and not feel guilty. I forgive myself for the mistakes I've made with money, but everything changes from now on. I'm building a new story, one that feels aligned, abundant, and free. But here's the key. You can't just say it. You have to feel it. Let yourself tear up. Let your heart open. Let it feel awkward, raw, or even silly. Your nervous system responds to emotion, not just logic. So when you say, I am worthy of wealth, really feel what that means in your body. This is where the healing begins. Because if you don't believe you're worthy of money, you'll find ways to sabotage it every single time. So start small and just be consistent with it. This isn't about fixing everything overnight. Start with a few minutes a day. Say one thing you're proud of, one thing you're grateful for, one thing you forgive yourself for, and don't stop because slowly your energy will shift. You'll notice how you show up differently when it's time to raise your prices. You'll open your banking app without anxiety. You'll stop playing small and start trusting yourself with bigger money and wealth. So if you've been wondering why the money isn't showing up yet, ask yourself, have I made peace with a version of me that doesn't feel safe holding it? Mirror work helped me do that, and it's still a work in progress. But I promise you, if you're willing to be honest with yourself, show up, even if it's just a few minutes every single day, your relationship with money and with yourself will never be the same. So thanks so much for tuning in today. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who also needs to heal her relationship with money. Also, send me a message on Instagram and share with me what your biggest takeaway from this episode was. And I'd highly recommend reading the book called Mirror Work by Louise Hay if you haven't done so already. And remember, you're safe to be rich, you're safe to be seen, you're worthy of wealth just as you are. And I'll see you in the next episode.